Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Reading's Sunday worship service. You will notice in the order of service that Rob Craig Coman is listed as offering this morning's welcome. You will also notice that I'm not Rob. I'm actually Marcia Howland, and I'm a new and grateful member of the worship arts team. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. We welcome you here today as we join together to create a space where we nurture and explore individual spirituality, build a committed and loving community, and help heal our world. If this is your first time with us, we're very happy you've joined us. Please visit our webpage at uureading.org to learn more about our beloved community. There you can connect with our staff and learn more about us. If you are with us here in the sanctuary this morning, please speak to anyone you see up in the chancel during the service. You can find us in the fellowship hall to my right and your sort of left or straight after the service, where you can join folks during our lovely social hour. We now have an announcement from our pledge drive team, AJ Heidkamp.
Good morning. Happy Commitment Sunday. I'm AJ Heidkamp, and I have an update on the pledge drive. Great news. We received over $117,000 in pledges this past week. Yeah, wow, that's right. So our total is now $304,000. So that's, yeah, it's great. Yes. Yeah, so that's 87% of the way to our goal of $350,000. So a big thank you to everyone who's already submitted your pledge. If you haven't had a chance to submit your pledge yet, just a friendly reminder, pledges are due today. If you like, you can take out your phone right now and submit your pledge. Just go to uureading.org, click on the donate button, and select Pledge Drive. Or at social hour, you can just whisper your pledge amount in my ear. Either way, please submit your pledge today. We can't reach our goal without you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, AJ and Ryan and the pledge team for their hard work getting us this far in our goal. And he did say you can use your phone. Usually we don't want you to get your phone out, but on Pledge Sunday and make it a pledge, okay. So good morning, I'm Rob Craig Coman. I'm a member of the worship arts team. My pronouns are he and him. And I am also very pleased to be here helping to lead worship with all of you. I invite you to all take a breath. Let yourselves settle in. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your body in your seat. And allow yourself to be here with all of your being. Our opening words this morning come from the Reverend Lawrence E. McGinty. To this house we come bringing our boldest dreams, seeking here the inspiration and strength to make them be. To this house we come hoping to bury broken dreams, to be sustained through pain and discover new ones amidst their tears. We come here lonely, isolated from meaningful human contact, searching for warmth and closeness and care. Needing to grow beyond plateaus of the commonplace, we seek here challenges and commitments productive of greater wholeness and deeper meaning. We come intense and constructed, hoping for encouragement to shed our pretenses and be ourselves. Filled with despair and self-doubt, we seek affirmations, prodding us to say yes to ourselves and to life. Somehow, always putting happiness ahead of ourselves, we enter this place trusting that what happens here will enable us to make and to accept a little bit of it now, today. Strange place, this house. Here we cry, sing, laugh, hurt, dance, touch, survive, celebrate, grow, search, doubt, hope, rejoice, pray, trust, care, learn, think, wonder, be, become. Yes, this morning to this house we come. Let us worship together. This morning our chalice will be lit by AJ and Ryan representing the Pledge Drive team. As we light our chalice this morning with Unitarian Universalists all around the globe, I invite you to call into your heart the flame you kindle this morning, the flame of truth, of community, of commitment to love and to justice. So please join me in reciting our chalice lighting words, which can be found on the laminated sheet with the hymnals behind the pews. In the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, we gather this day. May the flame we now kindle be to us a symbol of the holiness we seek. Each week we recite our children's affirmation. And I'm going to get joined. Come on up. Some people taking a long route. Let's get everybody up here. There's some spots over here. All righty. Everybody ready? We are Unitarian Universalists, the church of the open mind, the loving heart, and the helping hands. Thank you all. Our opening hymn is We Are Architects, number 288 in the gray hymnal.
My name is Kimberly, and I'm ready to share Time for All Ages with whoever would like to come up and have a seat up here with me. Hey, it's not quite a story, it's more like a game today. That is true. Great to see you all today. I'm wondering if anyone remembers what we've been talking about in RE this month. What's our monthly theme right now? Ingrid? Yeah, trust. I'm glad you remembered. So, does anyone want to share anything they learned in RE this month about trust? Yeah? to you? Or you got it? Don't always trust everything you hear. Yeah, that's something we talked about. What do you think? Trust people, care for the things around you. That's a nice one. How about you? What do you got? What'd you learn in RE? Yes, I can come back to you. What do you think? If you trust someone, you get what you want. You mean like a trusting relationship, give and take, or give and receive. What do you think? Trust people the way you want to be trusted. These are all good thoughts. Yeah. Trust builds relationships. Yeah, that's really close to what I'm going to share about today. So, yeah, in RE, we talked about trusting ourselves, trusting others, and today we're going to talk about trusting our community here at UUCR. So I think one way that we can build trust here in our community is really connecting with each other. And there's lots of different ways that we can connect. So we connect, obviously, when we talk to each other, when we sing together, when we color over in Austin together, when we go to game day and play together. So I have two special ways that we're going to connect with each other today. And the first way is through breathing together. So I'm going to give directions, and then we'll move. So first, listen. When it's time to start, everyone's going to find a buddy, if you wish to participate. Buddy number 1 is going to ask buddy number 2, is it okay if I put my hand on your back? And if they say it's okay, buddy number 1 can go ahead and put their hand on their back, and we're going to feel that person breathe for a few breaths. After a few breaths, we're going to see if we can breathe at the same time as that first buddy. So if you would like to participate, you can find a buddy and ask them if it's okay if you put your hand on their back. Just one buddy at a time. Yeah, let's see. You can work with me. Yeah, come on and sit. You want to put your hand on my back? Thank you. Thanks for being my buddy. All right, so once you're with a buddy, if you would like to participate, can you leave your hand on my back? Yeah, you can touch my back. Thank you. And let's take a couple breaths, and let's feel that buddy breathe. And once you feel the flow of their breath, see if you can breathe at the same time as your buddy. And if you don't have a buddy, you might put your hand on your own heart and take a few breaths. Yeah. And when you're ready, you can switch. And buddy number 2, can I put my hand on your back? Yeah, check in with the other buddy. And let's feel them breathe for a few breaths. And then you can maybe try to breathe at the same time as that buddy. Yeah, thanks for doing that, everybody. Just one cool way that we can connect with each other. And I've got one more fun way that we're going to connect. Let's see. I brought this ball of yarn today. And the scissors, yes. Yeah? Oh, that's interesting. Ethan shared he read a book about a universal web. Oh, here. Even better. So we're going to imagine or maybe feel that this yarn is going to represent the energy of all the people in our community. And I'm going to wrap it around the wrists of all our young friends all the people who are here up front. So I'll take a moment for that. Let's see. That right there. yes, Kaylee, can you want to go over, with your family? No. Okay. In that case, I'm going to bring it all the way to you. Thank you. Woo. Yeah, good. Get webbed. Okay. Here you go. All right. And you get to hold the end. All right. Well, let's hold up, if you're in the web, let's hold up our web so everybody can see. Yeah. And let's bring it back down and look around at all the people in the web. And maybe all the people in the whole church that are also in the web that just aren't in the yarn. And, oh yeah, I love that. Everyone's waving. Let's take one more big breath all together as a whole church, a whole group. I'm going to give us a 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all together, all connected. I'm going to come around one more time and snip everybody's yarn so you can keep it with you and bring the energy of our community home with you. And after your grown-up helps you tie or your buddy helps you tie your yarn, we're going to go to game day. Well, thanks, everybody, for listening.
Our prayer this morning comes from the Reverend Maureen Kalaran. This prayer is for all who are fearful about the economy, about the fate of our country, health care for yourself or for your children, for all whose heart aches at the injustices being done to others in our names, for all who fear for the survival of the planet, for all who fear whether they will be allowed to enter or to leave or to remain. We make this prayer for all who deal daily with failing health, difficult diagnoses, challenging treatments, or healthcare routines. For all who struggle with difficulties at school or work, for all who are facing hard decisions, for all who are living in challenging relationships. We make this prayer for ourselves, for all the fears and concerns, the joys and celebrations. We make this prayer for the children, for their future, and for the ever-blooming possibilities of spring. We make this prayer to hold in our hearts all the precious blessings of our lives. We make this prayer not because we expected to make the world turn or change. We make this prayer to remind ourselves of who we are, of what life is, and how important love can be. We make this prayer because these words are what we need. Amen. If you have a joy or a sorrow you would like to honor through the lighting of a silent candle, you're invited to come forward now.
Mother cannot guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Still you're not alone. No one is alone. Truly, no one is alone. Sometimes people leave you halfway through the wood. Others may deceive you. You decide what's good. You decide alone. But no one is alone. Mother isn't here now.
Right things, wrong things.
Who knows what she'd say?
Who can say what's true?
Nothing's quite so clear now.
Things fight things.
Feel you've lost your way.
You decide, but you are not alone.
Believe me,
No one is
alone. Truly, you move just a finger. Say the slightest word. Something's bound to linger. Be heard.
No one acts alone. Careful, no one is alone.
People make mistakes.
Fathers,
Mothers, people make mistakes. Holding to their own. Thinking they're alone. Honor their mistakes.
everybody
Makes one another's terrible mistakes. Witches can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side, our side, someone else is not. While we're seeing our side, maybe we forgot. They are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now.
Just don't let it go.
Things will turn out right now. We can make it so. Someone is on your side. No one is alone.
Thank you. Our reading this morning, entitled On Stewardship, comes from our own Reverend Laura Solomon. Several years ago, while working with children in a Unitarian Universalist congregation, I started off the year by asking them to identify what they bring to our community. What are your gifts, your talents that you bring with you on Sundays? What is something special that you offer to our community? Maybe you bring love, I said, or maybe you bring patience or the ability to share, or maybe you bring a great sense of humor. Or maybe, volunteered a small child, you bring knowledge about deep sea creatures. And that, of course, is when the magic happened. Suddenly, they all knew exactly the gifts they were bringing to church. Knowledge of sea creatures, information about different kinds of machines, an interest in dinosaurs, and fancy dance moves. This is ultimately what I believe stewardship is all about. It's about treasure and time and talent, yes, but mostly it's about bringing you and committing yourself to the community by allowing yourself to be whole here. This takes trust. It takes connection. It takes commitment to this place and these people, even and especially when that feels hard. And so when we think about our commitments to this place, we are asking not only for your money or your time, but also for your quilting abilities, your organizational skills, your tech savviness. This community needs your knowledge of deep sea creatures and your excellent laugh and your caring heart. We need your fancy dance moves and your leadership and yourself. Because when we commit and connect and trust this community and one another, we allow others to do the same. What a marvelous demonstration of time and talents and gifts and the you that the choir brings to us every Sunday. Thank you. We are fortunate to be able to hear this morning from three people, all with different levels of engagement with and time at UUCR. Their wisdom and connection, community and trust teach us about how we live into beloved community together. Thank you, Marcia, Tom, and Alec, for offering your thoughts in today's service.
Good morning again. More than 50 years ago, a year or two after I graduated from college, I read the novel Howard's End by E.M. Forster. I liked it very much. Today, I don't remember its characters, its plot, or its point. I do, however, remember the first two words of a sentence that comes about 3/4 of the way into the story. And no, I don't remember the rest of that sentence. Two words, two otherwise ordinary words. Only connect. Why did they? Why do they connect so deeply with me? Many people believe the most important thing in the world, in the universe, is love. They're almost right. For me, the most important thing is connection. Without it, there can be no love. At the exact moment I wrote that last sentence, my writing came to a sudden, complete, and incomprehensible stop. I couldn't figure out what to say next. Fast forward from 50+ years ago to 13 years ago, when I decided to write a poem called Only Connect. Now, I've been writing poems since I was in elementary school. Fortunately, none of those have survived. I've had several poems published and have been writing poetry as part of a writing group that's existed since the mid-1990s. You'd think I'd be able to write a poem about something so important to me. But no, I still haven't been able to write that poem. Perhaps because it is so important. Fast forward from 13 years ago to just a little while ago, when I was writing this piece and simply stopped. But then, the next morning, I encountered this quote from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Too often, we underestimate the power of touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the ability, the potential to turn life around. Thank you, Dr. King. Only connect. I think we've all had experiences with unexpected connections. I'll offer one example. In September 1963, when I was a month shy of 12 years old, my family moved from small-town Franklin and what my father later described as an idyllic childhood to much larger Newton. I was the new kid. That was bad. Overweight. That was worse. Soon word got around that my father was the assistant principal at the high school. That was the worst. I've never known exactly why, but a classmate reached out to me. 10 years later, I was the maid of honor at her wedding. Her children have always called me Auntie Marcia. More than 60 years after meeting on that first day of 7th grade, we're still dear friends. Only connect. But wait. Connection isn't just for people and other people. It's also for people and pets, in my case, especially cats. It's also for you and sparrows, cardinals, and bluebirds that come to the feeder near your deck, and the tall oaks and fir trees just beyond, and the ocean beaches you couldn't live without, and sunrises and sunsets and constellations on an intensely clear, moonless night, and all the universe beyond, and the universe within. Only connect. Only connect. Only connect. Amen, and blessed be.
Good morning. Marcia gives me a hard act to follow. But it sets me up because I was wondering how to say that after Laura asked me if I would give some of my thoughts about connection, trust, and commitment. In my engineering fashion, I began to think through some of the issues and created a list of various things because I've been very fortunate and privileged to be able to serve on all kinds of committees over the many years that my wife Ann and I have been members of this church, and our kids went to school here. And so I collected this all together, and I'd like to go through it. And it occurred to me that 2 years ago, in February of 2022, I was privileged to help craft one of our Sunday services. And for me, the theme of that service, which was titled Who We Are and Why We Meet, ties directly into the 3 words in the title of today's Commitment Sunday service, namely commitment, trust, and connection. Commitment Sunday is about resources, money and people, which depend on, in terms of actually keeping this church going into the future and supporting our needs, are driven by connections, trust, and commitment. I believe those of us attending here today, either in person or online, are here because we value and enjoy connecting with others who share value and are committed to actively supporting the 7 Unitarian Universalist principles. Or are there 8 now? There's still 7?
We're working on it.
But by engaging in the, and also by engaging in the many other UUCR initiatives and group activities that are available to us. By engaging in these connections, we develop, enjoy, and benefit from a sense of trust in those we come to know here, which in combination with the related trust we have in our minister and our other church staff, we know we can count on for support in a variety of ways when needs arise. So that's the general engineering statement of an overview, but on a personal level, really restating the same things. I've been attending UUCR for over 50 years because Unitarian Universalist principles are fundamental to who I am, to my values, and to my commitments in my life journey. I've continued to belong to this church because I value the connections I've made over these years and new connections that I continue to develop with new members and friends of UUCR. And the sense of trust I have in these individuals and our church not only enriches my life generally, but provides me confidence that should I develop support needs going forward, I can count on obtaining help from UUCR. So, bottom line, the 3 words in the title of today's Commitment Sunday service: commitment, trust, and connection. Those are foundational to my annual pledge of money to UUCR.
I'm not excited to follow either of these lovely people, and feel that perhaps I should just do some fancy dance moves and call it a day. Good morning. My name is Alec Keeling, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. I want to start by thanking all of you this morning, including those that I don't yet have the pleasure of knowing personally, and those that have been a big part of this church but are no longer with us. What am I thanking you for? For being here in whatever way that you are willing and able. And while I'd like to come across as simply altruistic, thanking you for your presence here because it means so much to UUCR, I am really quite selfish, because I am thanking you for being here because of what it does for me. Perhaps my pronouns are really me and mine. Like many of you, I work a stressful job. I'm responsible for people other than myself in my daily life, and I consistently overcommit. I'm also a July baby, which astrologically means I'm deeply emotional. And I was a drama major, which means I frequently let everyone around me know how emotional I am. Sorry, Kev. Add in the current state of our world and a tendency to get the winter blues, and you might understand that these last 3 months have felt very heavy. Each year I try something new in January, hoping that eventually I'll land on a practice or a habit that lifts the heaviness a bit and makes me, there it is again, easier to live with and life easier to live. This year, rather than work on self-improvement, I worked on self-sustenance, best enjoyed via evening and weekend hibernation wrapped in a warm blanket, a book, a favorite TV series, cups of tea, and scented candles. Luxury appears to be those moments when all 5 of my senses are being engaged at the same time. The consistent exception to that hibernation has been being here on many Sundays and staring very fittingly at this warm and beautiful quilt that I've come to love the details of as much as I love the other people facing it with me and the thought-provoking words spoken each week in front of it. To me, it features a suburban New England neighborhood, and given the small Cape Cod-style houses, a neighborhood likely built very quickly after World War II, when the country and the GI Bill couldn't get enough people into homes fast enough. I've stared at it so often this season that I have made up stories about the 2 families who bucked the look-alike suburban trend and put their own custom houses on their plot of land. Go ahead, see if you can find them. More importantly, though, 2 weeks ago I noticed, somehow for the first time, that despite the modesty of the bulk of these houses, they are all probably quite cozy and warm within this snowy scene. How do I know that? No, really. Can anybody guess? Oh, I love the lights in the windows. Those are great. But for me, it's actually because they each have 2 chimneys, which tells me that each house is blessed with a furnace and a fireplace. And I like to think that the occupants who dwell there make full use of both, finding comfort in their own homes the way that I find it here. Especially this winter, this sanctuary has stood out as a part of my sanctuary in every sense of the word. And the hour of joy, comfort, and support that I find here each week has helped sustain me through these gray and uncertain days. So as the daffodils begin to sprout and you can feel the sap beginning to flow through the trees, I say thank you. Thank you for providing me with a sense of connection and for being part of such a warm and wonderful quilt. and I get to stay up here and take us through our ritual of connection. In times gone by, Commitment Sunday was a time when members of the congregation came forward with their pledge cards, demonstrating one of the ways they are living their commitment to this organization and congregation. With the advent of online pledging, the need for this ritual has changed a bit, though if you have a physical pledge card, we will surely accept that today. So instead of pledge cards, we are going to engage one another in a time of connection, commitment, and sharing. As you came in, you should have received a piece of paper with 3 words on it: connect, commit, and trust. As we think about all of these areas of stewardship, of commitment to and with this community, you are invited to reflect on these 3 areas and write a brief statement about how you hope or intend to engage with UUCR this year. For example, if you are brand new to UUCR, you might write something like, connect. I will attend a coffee hour and meet 1 new person. Commit. I will continue to explore Unitarian Universalism and learn more about what this community can offer me. Trust. I will ask questions of members and staff, trusting that I can discern if this place makes sense as my spiritual home. If you are not new to UUCR, you might write something like, connect. I will attend my chalice circle and deepen my engagement with the people in this small group ministry setting. Commit. I will volunteer in religious education and will make sure to sign up for dates for this spring. Trust. I trust UUCR to guide my children's spiritual growth and provide us with a nurturing community. Take a moment now to write down your thoughts. As you are finishing up, if you feel inspired to share your thoughts, either to deepen your commitment and connection, or so we may all learn from and witness your trust of this community, I invite you to raise your hand, and Rob will come to you with a microphone. If you have volunteered to co-chair a committee, you might not want to raise your hand because it will be recorded.
I trust that our ministerial search team is working thoughtfully and flexibly to help us find a minister who fits well with our congregation. My connect. I'm going to attend some of the auction events. Even though I wasn't at the auction, I signed up later, so I'm excited about that. Commit. I commit to continue teaching our e-classes.
And maybe tell us who you are.
I'm Nancy Nienhuis. I'm going to continue with my chalice circle in the Connect realm and maybe eventually lead one myself. I'm going to commit to remaining on the property committee and the pastoral care teams and I'm going to trust that my gifts will sustain this community even as it will sustain me.
My name is Bob Brower, and I want to thank members of the choir for accepting me, even though my voice went, and especially for Ron inviting me to join. It was a marvelous time. I wish I could be back.
In worship arts, this is called When Rob Does the Vanna White.
I'm glad you're getting your steps in, Rob. Allison Sillers, my pronouns are she and her. So for Connect, I will come to church some days and do nothing at all, do no work at all. You know you do too much when everybody claps. When you say that, that's it's a little embarrassing. Okay. Commit, I will continue to work to build a sustainable model for governance in my last year on the board next year. And trust, I will trust that UUCR can support not just me, but my children and family as well.
Oh, you were waving at somebody.
Thank you, all of you, for your commitment, your connection, your trust, and your love of this beloved community.
Next year, guys, next year. Hi, I'm Allison. My pronouns are she and her. I'm part of the worship team and the worship tech team and other stuff. And I'm here to ask you for money again. So each Sunday, UUCR gives away half the money received in the collection plate to a nonprofit organization that shares our UU values. It's a simple yet powerful way for each of us to help heal the world. This month's Share the Plate recipient is the UU Urban Ministry. The UU Urban Ministry is based at the former First Church in Roxbury, and its mission is to advance racial, social, and economic justice. This is done by providing workforce development programming for survivors of domestic violence, youth programs and internship opportunities, and an arts and humanities programming that features artists and historians of color. UUCR has a long history of supporting the urban ministry. Our members have taught ESL, tutored in the after-school program, conducted practice interviews with college-bound youth, and provided financial support. Our congregation survives and thrives through the gifts of those who call this place their spiritual home. If you are here with us in the sanctuary, you may put your gift in the plate as it goes by. Otherwise, you can make a gift online or send a check. Please give as generously as you are willing and able to our Share the Plate offering to support the UU Urban Ministry and the mission of UUCR. If this is your first time with us, your presence is gift enough.
Bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain on snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all.
seems real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away.
I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall.
I really don't know love at all.
Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way.
But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed.
But something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow
It's life's illusions I recall.
I really don't know life. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all.
Thank you for the beautiful music today. I'm Melissa Martin, your Member Services and Volunteer Coordinator, and my pronouns are she and her. Lay leaders are reminded that monthly newsletter submissions are due tomorrow for our April newsletter that will go out this Thursday. If you are new to the church and have been considering next steps for your path in membership, please come see me for more information about some of our upcoming events. In our congregational life this week, you're invited to participate in drop-in times for meditation and folk dancing, and our last Tuesday of the month book club meets on Tuesday. I have 3 other special event invitations for you for this week. First, treat yourself for a crafting retreat here on Saturday. The retreat will run in Fellowship Hall with open hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you're invited to come and go as you please. You're invited to bring your own crafting projects, join in friendly conversation with them. Don't craft, perhaps you'll bring a puzzle or coloring supplies to gather casually in community. See the newsletter for more information. In our Planning Ahead Conversation series, our workshop on the Conversation Project is next Sunday after service from 11 to 1. In addition to my role here at UCR, I hold a variety of professional certifications in different areas, including a certified conscious dying coach, end-of-life doula, and a grief educator. And I'm honored to be leading the workshop for you. Please see the newsletter for more information. Finally, March 31st is this year's Transgender Day of Visibility. It's a global day of recognition celebrating the accomplishments and victories of trans and non-binary people, while also raising awareness of the work still needed to ensure the equity, dignity, and respect of trans people everywhere. Join us in honoring, celebrating, and supporting transgender and non-binary individuals and communities next Sunday at the Woburn United Methodist Church for a vigil of love and support at 4 p.m. Trans and non-binary folks have always existed and always will. This Trans Day of Visibility, we're sending a loud reminder to all our trans and non-binary loved ones. We are here. We love you, and we're fighting for you and your right to be your authentic, incredible selves. Our entire section of resources can be found in our newsletter. Next Sunday, Reverend Laura will be back with us for our regular service entitled Deepening Our Trust. For today, after service, we'll have our social hour with coffee, thanks to Rachel, and a special all-ages spring equinox ritual with Kimberly in Fellowship Hall at 11:30, and this is open to everyone. Thank you all for those who helped make today possible, our beautiful chancel flowers, our wonderful ushers, and all of you. Thank you for each being a vital part of our congregational life. And now, please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing our closing hymn, number 346, Come and Sing a Song with Me.
Our closing to take what I know Jeff Beckwith would tell me was a point of personal privilege, which is to acknowledge the specialness of this service in the sharing of gifts of so many different members of this congregation. Kevin and Jay for your beautiful singing, along with the choir. And a special thanks to our speakers this morning, Marcia and Tom and Alec. Thank you so much. So go out into the world with love and joy, pledging your commitment, your connection, your trust to this community and to the world. Amen.